welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
10 best places to visit in Greece 2024.
Okay, this is recent. I like that.
Let's see.
To a fascinating trip through the beautiful and old country of Greece. Going to Greece doesn't need to be explained. Greece and the Greeks are always interesting. No matter the season or month, it's full of ancient buildings, beautiful beaches, and architectural wonders. It has a mountainous mainland and thousands of islands. It is also the home of democracy and the place where Western civilization began.
Why?
Hit that like and subscribe button if you love to travel.
Really?
Now, let's get started.
Okay, there we go.
First one on the list is Kefalonia. You can fly or take a boat to get to Kefalonia. If beaches are more your thing, you can go to the well-known Myrtos beach. It's a huge...
So I assume Kefalonia is like an island, because you said you can fly or take a boat.
1.5 mile stretch of white sand that has been chosen.
So it's sand. They have sandy beaches
The
too.
town of Assos is one of my favorite places here. It's a small, beautiful town with colorful houses built on a peninsula that looks out over the water. There's a small cove that makes for a beautiful scene. It's a charming Greek town.
Did we see the redhead Ed Sheeran? He was on a boat.
Tenerife is in Spain.
In Spain.
Melisani Cave is another place that people like to visit. You can take a boat out on this beautiful underground lake with water that is as clear as glass.
Wow.
The water is
The
beautiful.
story says that Melisani drowned in the cave after the god Pan turned her down. Even though the story is a little sad.
Yeah, going into a cave like that, I don't know how I feel about that. It's a little unnerving going into a cave, but the water is beautiful, bro.
Beautiful, and the water is clear as glass. It's a place where you can both relax and go on adventures. At ninth stop, we leave Kefalonia. We will go to the city of Athens, known as the birthplace of democracy and the cradle of Western culture. It's Greece's capital and biggest city. It's also one of the oldest cities in the world.
You know, this frame too, like of Athens, also look like very historic. Like,
yeah, it doesn't look real. Like,
yeah,
you're supposed to dig for fossils and stuff like that.
it looks like an ancient city, which is
past that goes back more than 3,000 years. There are many places to see, like the Temple of Zeus or the ruins of the ancient.
Like what kind of is interesting about that shot is that it looks like there's no like modern buildings in a sense, like tall skyscrapers, everything very traditional. Well, not like traditional, but historical.
Which was once thought to be the heart of ancient Athens. But the main thing to see is the Acropolis, one of my favorite places in Athens. But get ready to walk a lot. From here you can see all of Athens, which looks like an endless sea of white buildings with mountains in the distance. In the past, it was called the Upper Town and was used for prayer. There are old churches, altars, and even theaters to be seen here.
Yes, that's the iconic theater.
Yeah.
This place is home to some of the most well-known structures in Western society. The Parthenon is a good example. There are a lot of cultural activities, especially open-air movies that use some of the amphitheaters that have been there for 1,000 years. The Monasteries street market is just a few blocks away from Plaka. It is a great place to find more things to buy. Must see its ancient ruins and landmarks, such as the ancient Agora and the Theater of Dionysus, to name a few. But Athens
I don't think we've seen that theater, Theater of Dionysus. I don't recognize the name.
Is not just full of old wrecks. This busy city is also an important cultural and nightlife hub. It's our 8th stop for those who want to have a mythical adventure. It's where the old Greek gods lived, Mount Olympus. This could be one of Greece's most exciting places. It's the highest mountain in the country at 9,570 feet. It takes about 2 to 3 days to hike, and you should have a guide because it can be risky and hard to figure out what to do. The area around is just as beautiful. There is a town called Meteora at the base of the mountain, and right next to a beautiful gorge with tall cliff walls. Advanced hikers will be happy to reach its highest peak, and even tourists who like to take it easy will enjoy the many paths along the lower slopes. Every year, thousands of tourists come to see the deep gorges, rocky pinnacles, wildflowers, wildlife. It's easy to see why the Greek gods picked this place to live. As our 7th stop, Zakynthos calls us with its blue seas and famous Shipwreck beach. It's the most well-known place on the island. In the 1980s, the Greek Navy crashed a cargo ship from Turkey into this cove. The
So is
sand
that
has
the
grown
ship?
up around the ship over the years, making it one of the most beautiful places in the world. The
So I guess that's the ship. It stayed there all throughout the year. Wow.
only way to get to the beach is by boat. With its beautiful turquoise water and white beach, Navogio Beach on the coast is one of the most popular places to
That's
visit.
crazy.
You should also go to beaches like Laguna Zante, Durakas Beach, and Basilikos Beach, besides Navogio Beach. After you've explored the island's green bays, take a break from the beach to visit the town, the island's capital. It was built by the Venetians, who also gave the island its name, Fior de Levante, which means flower of the east.
Aww, cute.
Our sixth stop, Meteora, will blow your mind. The Greek word Meteora means suspended in the air, which is a good way to describe the amazing cliffs that rise more than 1,200 feet above the towns of Kalimbaka and Kastraki in northern Greece. It's about 4 hours by car from Athens. It's home to monasteries that were built on rock pillars that were almost...
Where the monks, where you can only go there if you're a guy.
Oh yeah, we saw that yesterday. Okay.
impossible to reach in the 14th century. More than 20 monasteries were built between the 14th and 16th century.
You know, I wonder if that rock starts to like decay and it starts falling. I mean, I don't know how possible. I'm sure they do like.
They're on plates. Remember they said they were on a plate too.
Yeah. I'm sure they've done the research and like they measure it so it doesn't happen. But it's just
crazy.
It's crazy though.
Because here in Miami we have like buildings made recently, maybe 40, 50 years, and they collapse.
By monks. There are 6 monasteries that are still standing. The monastery of Great Meteora is the biggest. Whenever you go to Greece, you have to go to this beautiful place. The view from these monastic getaways is nothing short of heavenly, and the peace and quiet of the area is truly humbling.
Look how uniform everything is.
Yeah.
White walls with like red rooftops. Every single house. Nothing.
I need to put color.
Yeah, nothing is really like pops like there's a blue house or something.
Yeah, like I'm at the pink house.
Yeah. Wow.
This is how we do it. All right, Ms. Jenkins, that's everything for your classroom. We got markers, sticky notes, and
After that, with more than 6,000 islands, it's safe to say that Greece has some of the most beautiful islands in the world. Corfu, our 5th pick, is also known as the Emerald Isle. Located in the Ionian Sea, just off the northwest coast of Greece, right on the border between Greece and Albania. It's known for its rich cultural history, rocky mountains, and beautiful beaches, which makes it a very popular place to visit. Since there are so many beaches to choose from, it's easy to find your own perfect spot. Timoni is one of my favorite places on Corfu. It's a beautiful bay in the shape of a circle.
Here how we have issues like, this is a private beach. And the homeowners, they block access to the public.
I don't know. I'm sure there are some private beaches, but I don't know how common that is.
Maybe there's so much
beaches
to go around.
Exactly.
It's a short walk down there.
So you're bound to run into some private beaches.
Cape Drastis is another interesting place on the island. This cliff area has sea rocks with really interesting shapes that are worth seeing, especially at sunset. Aside from the white sand beaches, the island has quaint towns and villages like Perythia and Corfu Old Town, where you can see remnants of Venetian architecture and old castles that were built to keep pirates out.
Pirates? Interesting.
Number 4 on our list is Crete. It's
Number 4? We're past 4.
Biggest island in Greece and the 5th biggest in the Mediterranean. It is where the oldest culture in Europe started. The Minoan civilization were Europe's first advanced people, who lived on Crete from 2700 BC to 1100 BC. This is pretty interesting. The most important historical site on the island is the Knossos Palace, built about 3,000 years ago and has about 1,400 rooms. Changi is one of my favorite places. It's very interesting. In the 13th century, it was ruled by the Phoenicians, who built the walls that are still there today. I really like how the lighthouse looks out over the bay. It was built in the 1600s, and Egyptians made changes to it in
Maybe
the
each room has a toilet.
No, I would
1800s.
die.
It's now a busy island with lots of things to do. Elathomisi Beach is one of the most famous places to go to. It's a beach with a unique shape and water that's as clear as
The
glass.
water is so beautiful though.
Now Balas Beach, it takes about an hour to get there from Chania on this dirt road. And it's a good hike down from the parking lot.
Yeah, like you can see everything
Now
through
both
the
the
water.
beach and the lake
It's
are
incredible.
crazy. I mean, there's just this remote spot with this beautiful scenery. Don't forget to explore Samaria National Park for a great walk. If you really like Greek myths, don't leave Crete until you've seen the Cave of Zeus on Mount Ida, the highest point on the island.
Yeah, that's the thing. The caves do not attract me for whatever reason. I do
scary.
not want to go inside a cave because you don't know what kind of shit might happen.
Our third stop, the island of Rhodes, is another Greek place from the Middle Ages. It's the fourth largest island in Greece. Located in the East Aegean Sea, close to Turkey. Rhodes is an island with a long and interesting past. The old town is one of my favorite places there, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. During the 14th century, the Knights of Hospitaller...
You know, I wonder, the narrator, she's saying one of her favorite places. I wonder if she's actually been or she's just like reading somebody's
I don't know. It don't sound like her
article.
favorite.
No, because it's just funny because she did this about Greece and I saw it popped up about Canada, so I assume, you know, that's what she does. She posts about every country. So, ain't no way she's been to every country. I think she's taking somebody's post from online, just basically reading it.
Took over Rhodes and turned an old Byzantine castle into the palace of the Grand Master. It is an impressive medieval building and one of the few examples of Gothic design in all of Greece. It's almost like a museum in the open air. You should go to the Butterfly Valley, the Cretinia Castle, and the Monolithos Castle. The Great New Market is another great place. It is right in front of the Mandraki port. The town of Lindos is one of my favorite places on the island. Its best feature is the Acropolis, which looks down on the city. Around 900 BC, the first temple was built here. Over the ages, the Romans...
Yeah, like that's the thing, like a lot of frames of these, like, you know, we're seeing Athens and here, like, some, like, iconic pictures that you've seen, like, throughout the years, you know.
Byzantines added to the Acropolis. It is now one of Greece's most well-known and well-preserved archaeological places.
I wonder what did they do to preserve it.
Child,
Or like
shouldn't be
do some
spoiled by
updates,
bed
the
wetting.
structural
Good night.
updates.
Yeah,
Offers
guys.
better leak protection.
I was wondering
Next
that too.
on our-
For those, like, the
Those
ancient
homes?
structures, like, do they, like reinforce them or do they just, like, let them stay like that? Because I wonder.
Man, that's good construction.
This is the party island of Mykonos. I'd say that it's
Mykonos?
the second most well-known island in Greece. Known for its
Mykonos.
lively
I thought so
nightlife
too.
and a
How
place
did she
to dance.
pronounce it?
Mykonos. I thought it was Mykonos.
I thought it was Mykonos too. Guys, how do you pronounce it?
It's
Hence
not
the night
valid.
away. But don't be fooled. It's not all about the parties. This island also has beautiful beaches and quaint towns where you can get away from the noise of the clubs. Even though the streets are full of small
Wow, this
shops,
looks... we've seen a music video film here.
Yeah.
We definitely
Let me
seen
tell you,
this.
this is what I know of Greece. That every time they show you Greece is this.
stores, bars, and
Lindsay
restaurants,
Lohan
the
shows
town
us this.
still has its own character. Because of strict building rules, the style and spirit of its traditional Cycladic architecture.
Again, everything's so uniform.
Uniform.
Well, one house with a little red roof, I don't know what you're doing, who let you build that, but everything else is...
Or maybe a special place.
maybe, right. But everything else is so uniform.
have stayed the same. In the summer, there are lots
Oh,
of
here?
people
Not so much. You see a little red houses. Okay, interesting.
here. When compared to other islands, this one has the most different kinds of people. There are also a number of museums and churches with Byzantine art in their halls. Must try Mediterranean food, fresh fish, and the way people eat called mez. It's also known as the Island of Wind, and there are some really cool windmills to see. It's just so much fun. You can fly or take a boat to get to Mykonos.
Mykonos.
Mykonos. Mykonos.
We're going to the famous island of Santorini for our last stop.
I heard of
A
Santorini
beautiful
too.
island in the
Santorini,
Aegean Sea.
Mykonos, and Crete.
Santorini
Do you think it's actual person or it's AI voice?
I don't think it's her voice now.
Because I was thinking it's a person, but the way she pronounced Mykonos, that sounds like AI. I don't know if it's Mykonos.
is part of the Cyclades and is known for its dramatic views, beautiful sunsets, whitewashed houses, and the active volcano. I went there a few
Active
summers
volcano.
ago, and it lives up to the hype. Iya is one of the most well-known
Wow.
places. When you think of Greece, this is the place that comes to mind. There are white houses with blue roofs and a crazy background. In the morning, the sunrise is the most amazing thing. From the
That's
port,
unreal.
there are 3 ways to get to the island's capital, Fara. The first choice is to take the cable car, which will drop you off right in the city. The second is by donkey. Yes, you.
That'd be so cool. The cable
I
car.
take the donkey.
No, I want to.
I take the donkey.
You know, because the cable car, I only seen them like in the skiing. I didn't realize they actually use them
Honestly,
for like just commuting.
I would feel comfortable if those buildings last a long time. The cable's gonna stay there for a long time too.
You heard it right. And the third is by foot, up to 588 steps. The city isn't very big, so you can get to know it and enjoy its beautiful views in just one day. It's great for lovers because of how cozy it is. It has an amazing vantage point for great photos. The architecture is a mix of Venetian and Cycladic styles. You can also go to other small towns.
Yeah, the architecture is very interesting. Quite unlike anything.
There's this one house here in Miami that is a Greek house.
Oh, it looks
I
like
actually
that.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah, very different. Not what I'm used to, like in
Yeah.
terms of architecture.
Nature parks on the island.
There's 2
In
actually.
the middle of the island, there is an active volcano. This volcano
They
is
stick
now
out
a
because the
national
structure
park.
is so different
Now,
from everything
Red
else.
Beach is a really cool beach. It's known for having red sand and red rocks that look like they belong on Mars.
Oh wow.
On the
that's cool.
southern side, Latata was another beach I really liked, with narrow black sand beach and rocks that look like nothing else in the world. As the sun sets and turns the sky orange and pink, you'll understand why Santorini is often called the island of love. No matter what brings you to Greece, an interest in Greek mythology, a love of the country's amazing nature, or a desire to try Mediterranean food, we'll find it all and more when you visit this amazing country. I made a new website for more intriguing tales and travel guides. I'll put a link to it at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and as always, share some kindness as possible.